let's leave it on that note, because
Sure.
it's time for your daily Philly update where there's no brotherly love. So here's the latest on Ben Simmons in that Sixers saga. Our Adrian Wojnarowski reporting that Simmons left the team's practice facility on Thursday without working out and is expected to meet with organizational leadership this morning to again discuss his murky playing status. Sources telling ESPN the Sixers host the Nets tonight on ESPN. GM Daryl Morey, what do you do now?
Right now, any sort of trade, which obviously Ben Simmons wants, the best thing we can do is get role players back. That makes no sense. People should buckle in. I mean, this is going to go a long time because our only path, my only job is to help us give the best chance to win the title. Ben Simmons is a difference maker, so if we can get him back, he will help us win the title. If we can trade Ben Simmons for a difference maker, we will do it. You're going to think I'm kidding. I'm not. This could be 4 years.
Kendrick, talk to me.
You know, Molly, I'm exhausted with this whole situation, okay? And it's so toxic from both parts, right? I feel like when you're going through this type of thing, you should try to keep this in-house as much as possible. And I love Daryl Morey. Daryl Morey is a close friend of mine. We communicate often. But for him to do radio interviews right now at this moment about the situation, I don't like it, right? And I'm also cool, and I have a great relationship with Rich Paul, right? And I tell Rich Paul, hey, man, listen, I don't like the way that Ben Simmons is handling this situation. The man showed up to practice with a cell phone in his pocket. You know, it's a certain type of professionalism that you got to have about yourself. And here's the problem that I have on another note. People are looking at Ben Simmons and saying, you know what? It's all Rich Paul. No, it's not Rich Paul. Rich Paul, his job is to make sure that he give his client advice. If his client don't accept it, he has to back up his client and support his client on whatever he wants to do. Now, I will say this, Stephen A., Molly, in my opinion, this is bigger. This is bigger than just the 76ers and Ben Simmons. This is coming to the level of owners versus players, right? Because if anybody out there in the world think for one moment that that owners around the league are not talking about this situation in-house and telling the ownership of the Philadelphia 76ers to stand their ground, they're crazy. This is about making a statement more so than anything else.
Well, there's a couple of layers to what you're saying. I'll take it one by one, the latter part that you mentioned. Yesterday, a high-ranking league official says to me, Kendrick Perkins, he texts me, quote, Ben Simmons' actions will have a negative impact on player empowerment at the bargaining table. You just wait and see. So that's just to buffer the point that you just made. You see, one of the things, if you remember, and before I get into Ben Simmons, it's very, very important that I bring this up because a lot of people didn't get this. When LeBron James, years ago, Kendrick Perkins, and put Kendrick up on the screen, please, because I want to see him when I'm saying this. When LeBron James announced that he was taking his talents to South Beach, remember the firestorm that created? I'm not talking about with fans. I'm not talking about folks in Cleveland. I'm talking about amongst ownership. And I'm not even talking about just Dan Gilbert. You had a lot of owners that were turned off because Dan Gilbert was never given the heads up. And they had a problem with how LeBron James handled his departure from Cleveland. Now, we might not have a problem with it because LeBron James showed up to work every day. He was the star. He carried the mantle. He practiced. He played. He did all the things the right way, except that. Why was that relevant? Because a collective bargaining negotiation was coming up. Remember, CP3 had gotten traded to the Lakers, and somehow that deal got nixed because David Stern was and the league office were the de facto owners because they were looking for new ownership in New Orleans. So CP3 was supposed to go to the Lakers, and the deal ended up getting nixed because owners were complaining. A collective bargaining agreement followed thereafter. Basketball-related income was trimmed from 57% to 50% on behalf of the players, taking away millions. A lot of people, even though they were coming for that anyway, a lot of people pointed to player empowerment per se as an excuse for the fervor that they put forth towards the negotiating table. Now, true or not, they tried to use LeBron James as an example, who is as model of a citizen and a superstar as it gets. And they used him as leverage. What the hell you think they're going to do when it comes to Ben Simmons? Okay? So now we get to Ben Simmons specifically. Certainly we can't sit up there and blame Rich Paul. It's not his fault. This is Ben Simmons. It is your job, however, as an agent to try to coax your guy into doing good business. Once you sign a deal and you got 4 years and $147 million, even though it's not Rich Paul's fault, we can't completely absolve him from the situation in terms of influencing his client to make better decisions so you can ultimately get that client what he wants. That is an obligation that he has that is yet to be fulfilled. Ben Simmons is the major culprit in all of this because he's coming across as a big baby who just doesn't want to go in front of those Philadelphia fans. He's scared to death of the reaction and the retribution they will exact against him because he's coming across as if his performance against Atlanta was their fault. The other element in the room, the elephant in the room, that is a big element, he don't like Joel Embiid. And I think we've learned crystal clearly, I might add, that Joel Embiid don't like him, nor does he respect him. He considers interested in babysitting. He wouldn't even acknowledge his name when he says, I don't care about that man. And then, of course, you've got Daryl Morey, who, by the way, here's the part I disagree with you about, KP. I was the one that called Daryl Morey out a couple of days ago. Where the hell are you? The reason why I wanted him to do interviews was because of this one reason and one reason only, KP. What the hell is Doc Rivers doing talking? This is Daryl Morey. You're the president of basketball operations. You're the one that's got to make a deal. Now, if Doc Rivers and them weren't talking about it, that's different. But when Doc Rivers got to come out front and center to speak about things, he ain't the one on the phone that got to make a deal for Ben Simmons. That's Daryl Morey. So I appreciate Daryl Morey going on my man Mike Missinelli's show in Philadelphia and saying what he said because we needed to hear from Daryl Morey. Now that we've heard from him, it's clear. Ben Simmons ain't going no damn place unless they get the right deal for him because they ain't going to give him away for 20 cents on the dollar. And Ben Simmons, as a result, in all likelihood, is either going to have to sit out and lose money or he's going to be forced to come back and do the one thing. Thanks for watching ESPN on YouTube. For live streaming, sports, and premium content, subscribe to ESPN+.